a very pleasant good afternoon. Gabe Farias and Dr. Danny Kellum. It's time for the EasyConnectMD.com video podcast minute. Of course, each week we talk about different topics in the health and wellness community in Texas, South Texas, in the greater San Antonio area. Of course, our practice is in Schertz. We're powered by Kellum Family Medicine, 3401 FM 3009, right there in the heart of Schertz, Texas. But again, this podcast is brought to you by EasyConnectMD.com, $39.95. You can see a provider quick via the technology we've set up through telemedicine. Dr. Kellum, EasyConnectMD, a fantastic platform that we offer at Kellum.
Absolutely, Gabe. Very proud of it. Very easy to use, very simple. Safety of your home, $39.95, affordable. It's a wonderful new way of medicine I think we're going to find in the future.
Yeah, and folks, you're also checking us out on our Kellum TV YouTube channel. Do me a favor, at the bottom of this link, it says subscribe. Click on subscribe. We're trying to get as many folks to subscribe to our page. Every time that we do a podcast, it'll send you a notification. Make sure you put on your notifications so that you can get information on what's going on at Kellum Family Medicine, EasyConnectMD, and in the health and wellness community in the greater South Texas area. Dr. Kellum, obviously we're in the midst of the greatest pandemic we've had since, I believe, the Spanish flu. Am I wrong in saying that? Yeah. And right now, the need to grow medicine in this country is at an all-time high. However, resources and the economy sometimes prevent that from happening. At Kellum Family Medicine, we're very fortunate because we are about to embark on the development of developments that's going to be transformative from a health and wellness standpoint, really from an economic development standpoint for the city of Schertz and really for that greater Northeast. Talk about the Kellum Schertz Medical Center.
Okay, that's it's been a dream of ours for quite some time. Since it's been coming for about 3 years, but we're about to expand our footprint from about a 7,500 square foot building to about a 23,000 square foot building. And that's going to be one of multiple buildings that we're bringing into the Schertz community, actually the Tri-County community. And the reason we've done that is just we've been very blessed and humbled by the outpour of support from the people in our area. And they've come to see us. We've been blessed and honored by that. And we're trying to continue to offer more space and services and ability to grow. And in this growth, what we're hoping to do is to be able to attract more specialists, maybe even some emergency rooms, maybe some ambulatory surgery care centers, so that we can be a hub for medical care within the Schertz community. You know, it's interesting that you talk about that in the pandemic, and often what has happened in this time from businesses, especially from primary care that are not big, corporately owned, is that you've had a bit of retraction of ownership because it has been a difficult time for everybody to kind of make it through, stay safe, and then keep moving. You know, we've been blessed, however, to continue to hold our ground and understand now more than ever the need to service individuals and keep them healthy, especially in areas outlining major cities, because those are individuals that may not had as much care, were not as healthy. Those were the most vulnerable people when it came to this pandemic. And so it really solidified in my heart. In doing what we're doing, we're really going to provide tremendous care to the area, traditionally an area that's been underserved in terms of medical care, and hopefully create just an overall general health and wellness within the Tri-County area that we're not having right now.
And as you stated, most of the growth and development comes from corporate medicine. Those are great folks. They do a good job. But the premise of what you do is rooted in family medicine, but even more so than that, in community medicine.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about how and what your passion is for your community.
You know, it is everything. I will tell you, as simply stated as that. I mean, what we do in family community medicine is provide care for the families that come to see us, but also be a medical component of the community at large. And for us, simple things that we try to do is we try to partner with the school district, for example, to get young kids who want to have some interest in medicine or MAs or radiology to come through our office and shadow our people for a semester so that they can understand that something like we do is certainly attainable when you don't have that experience or that family history. The other thing we like to do, one of my passions is teaching at the medical school, have medical students come through the university or come through our clinic so that we can teach them how to be primary care doctors in a community. And so that affiliation with the university is very good. But things, and then, you know, giving back to on television and advertisement to some of these programs like TSP, a wonderful partner of ours that provides high school football games that
Yeah, it's not your traditional advertising. It's actually supporting the teams that are playing. This week we're doing Southside and Johnson and we're doing Roosevelt. Those are three different parts of Greater San Antonio area that you're advertising, but you're supporting those kids.
Absolutely, and the beautiful part about it is those kids deserve to be highlighted because they're in a wonderful place in their sport and accomplish something very nice, being in the playoffs. The parents want to have their kids highlighted because everybody's proud of their kids and what they're doing at this point. And I think for us as a community, if we can affirm and validate the things that they're doing, show that people care, and show that what they're doing is important, and quite frankly, learn the values of sports, which help in community and help in partnerships and help in teamwork. I mean, that's what this is all about. So that's our big gift back to the community and the aspect that you're talking about.
And you touched on it earlier, but obviously we're going to be expanding our footprint. We're going to be expanding our practice. But the thing that I'm most proud of to be a part of this entity is the fact that you're going to provide people in the greater Northeast, everywhere from young kids to the elderly, an opportunity to go to a hub, a medical-based development where they won't have to go to the medical center in San Antonio, or they won't have to drive to downtown, or they won't have to drive to Stone Oak. They can get some or all of those medical services right there in the Tri-County area.
Absolutely. More importantly, the community deserves it. It's a growing community. There's a lot of people there, and I think they deserve people that plant roots in the community and to provide health care. The other part of though is that there's a fair senior population that is there that really has a difficult time in being transported all over the city. And so, for us to be able to bring the care to them so that it's not such an obstacle, that I think is a really important part of what we do as well. And just one other point, speaking back to the community and what we do, that's really kind of the premise behind EasyConnectMDcom, the 3995, is that is our way to give back to our community, because there's a lot of people that have lost their jobs, that don't have access to care, that are feeling a little bit scared. And for us to serve those individuals in the spirit that we are honored to do, as healthcare servants, to be able to provide them a wonderful quality care, to see a doctor, to get prescriptions, and to get their families taken care of in times of uncertainty, in times of fear, and in times of illness. For $39.95, it's, I think, the thing I'm most proud about, the things that we do. All those other things equally as important, but the thing near and dear to my heart is the fact that we can actually care for individuals for a price that doesn't break their bank and offers them every bit the care that they could get in any brick and mortar office, and more importantly, any urgent care.
Developing a complex like what you've undertaken is something that's more in tune for, again, corporate folks, corporate entities. You as a small business have taken an opportunity to build something great, and it's not easy. But the beautiful thing now, and it's been a process, we are permitted, we are funded, and January 4th, we're going to have folks out there tearing ground, and we're getting started.
Yeah, absolutely, and hope to be occupying it right after the first part of September. And so it's been a bit of a time coming, I will tell you, and it's been a learning process for us all for sure. But for the reasons sometimes that we're not aware of, things happen, and it has brought us to a place that we have good partners and we have good timing, and our practice is doing well. Strangely enough, it's the midst of the greatest pandemic ever, which I don't quite understand. But you know what? There's a purpose in everything we do, and I think this is going to continue to unfold and lead us in the direction that we need.
And we've got to throw props to the city of Schertz. Dr. Brown, the city manager, Brian James, assistant city manager, Ralph Gutierrez, our fantastic mayor. Before that, his predecessor, Michael Carpenter. Schertz has been a great part. Adrian Bettis over at Economic Development. They've been a great partner with us.
Yeah, no, the leadership in Schertz has been phenomenal to work with. And, at first you hear things that may be a little bit contrary to that, but the truth of the matter for anybody that's wanting to develop out there is that these people are good folks, family-oriented, that care about the community. And our experience with them has been nothing but stellar, and they've really gone a long way to make a difference with that. But aside from just the Schertz governance, it's really the Schertz community. They have supported us and backed us for all the years that we've been there. And although the government and the and the mayor and city council members that are there are really important. It's the people of Schertz that really have promoted this program more than anything else. And to those, that is who we are the most grateful.
And I got to throw a shout out to Emily Delgado, who's our city planner, who's been helping kind of facilitate a lot of this. Dr. Kellum, I'm really excited about the Kellum Schertz Medical Center. It's going to go right next to, adjacent to our building that we're at right now. We are at 3401 FM 3009. If you have any concerns, want to come and establish care, or if you need an appointment, give us a call, 210-945-2121. Also, this podcast is proudly presented by EasyConnectMD.com. Dr. Kellum, it is our telemedicine platform. $39.95 gets you into a visit with a qualified, incredibly competent provider, nurse practitioner, MD, physician assistant, and in some cases, 15 minutes you're in and out, and you have a script if it calls for it.
Absolutely, you do. It's very simple. It's really literally 3 steps. Pick your pharmacy, doctor comes up, let him know what's going on, script is sent, you pick it up, and you're better. And really all of that visit in medicines can be done for under $50 in a lot of cases. And so, it's a wonderful service, especially through this time, and people that struggle financially maybe a little bit. There's no reason you have to forego your medical care. So we're very proud to offer EasyConnectMD.com for our community and for the city at large.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we got a special guest that's going to be coming up. We're going to do a brief interview with Krista Celedon, who's going to be handling our new clinic over in Alamo Heights. She's got more information on that. But our Alamo Heights presence, our Kellum Aesthetics and Wellness practice, that is growing as well.
Yeah, we're very excited about that. So, and now, in all honesty, that's spearheaded by my brother,
John,
really more than I. But it's we're located in Alamo Heights on Broadway, and what we're going to do is a lot of medical wellness for women, which includes lasering, which includes hair restoration, which includes vaginal rejuvenation, a number of different things that are really very important medical things for individuals that give good quality of life and improve their overall function. And then there's some aesthetics components of that Krista does a very good job with as well. And so it'll be a nice treat for y'all to hear from her. She's a nice young lady with very good at what she does.
I think I need some Botox in my forehead. What do you think?
The more than Botox.
Wow, really?
Wow, yeah.
You think so? You've only gotten a few little.
My hair restoration is awesome.
Your hair restoration is not working. He did not do hair restoration, folks. I promise you. His hair restoration is putting a toupee on every once in a while when he's feeling frisky, right? No? All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be chatting with Krista Celedon right here on the EasyConnectMD.com Video Podcast Minute.
Hello, my name is Dr. Daniel Kellum, and I'm proud to introduce you to EasyConnectMD.com, powered by Kellum Family Medicine.
If your goal is to make life less hectic, then EasyConnectMD.com is for you. For those non-emergency ailments, log on to EasyConnectMD.com and see a licensed medical professional from your home or office. With EasyConnectMD.com, there's no need to miss work or school or spend hours at a minor emergency clinic. Get medical care online and on time at EasyConnectMD.com.
All right, welcome back to another special edition of the EasyConnectMD.com Video Podcast Minute. I am joined now by one of our fantastic superstar providers, Krista Celedon. She works over at our Kellum OBGYN of San Antonio Clinic at Westover Hills. But exciting news, you guys have kind of heard the rumblings. We're opening up a second aesthetics and wellness clinic over here in Alamo Heights, 5800 Alamo Heights, and leading that charge is our wonderful nurse practitioner, Krista Celedon. Krista, thank you so very much for taking the time to join Kellum TV.
Of course, I'm excited to be here. I'm super excited for a new space. So there's a lot of these aesthetic procedures that I currently do at the Westover Hills location, on top of all of the obstetrics and gynecological services that we offer. So some of the services that we'll be bringing over here to this location is going to be more of your dermal fillers, your Botox, your Dysport, Restylane, Juvederm, different things like that. We're also going to be doing some of our PRP services, so hair restoration. Also, PRP can be injected into other places, such as one of our very popular procedures called the O-shot. We're also going to be bringing on the P-shot. So that's going to be for a lot of rejuvenation purposes and things of that nature. Other services that we'll have here as well are going to be some of the BioT, so some of the hormone replacement services. We'll do all of that here in this location. So we'll be doing A little bit of everything at this location in conjunction to the Westover Hills, but it's a nice little, halfway meeting point in between so that we can target a little bit more of our audience.
And the thing about this place that I love is we've entered into a partnership with a fantastic known entity, not only in the 78209 area code, but Skin Rejuvenation Clinic, Tina Zillman. Her group is fantastic, and I couldn't think of a more fitting partnership as we enter into this new venture.
Right, so it's going to be even better that we've got a lot of those services here. So again, with some of these aesthetic procedures that we're doing, Tina and her, her amazing staff, her estheticians are definitely going to be able to add on a lot of these services that we don't offer, and it's just going to be a really good partnership. So I have had a lot of our patients who have asked us, hey, like, I want laser hair removal, or I want different laser treatments or different facials, and those are the things that we don't offer. And so with our new partnership, all of those needs are going to be able to be met with Tina and her staff.
You've done something for me, okay? Actually, you've done a couple of things for me. One, I want to talk about. One, I don't want to talk about. Which one do you think I want to talk about?
At this point, I really don't even know, Gabe. I feel like you should be an open book at this point.
Just for the record, I've done two things. I did Dysport on my forehead, so you made me look 56 years younger than I normally am, which is great.
Right.
But what I want to talk about is the PRP treatment you did for my hair. And I've noticed a huge difference. Talk a little bit about the PRP hair restoration treatment that we have at Kellum.
Right, so what we essentially do is we draw the patient's blood. So for example, with Gabe, we drew his blood beforehand, we spin it down, we get the plasma from it. So that's going to be called our liquid gold. So platelet-rich plasma is being used in so many different avenues in medicine. It was initially started with joint injections. Then we started figuring it out that, hey, you know what, this can actually be injected into other areas in the body and really help promote, say for example, hair growth into the scalp. So there's so many growth factors that are in it that's going to go into the scalp itself, and it's going to stimulate those follicles in the scalp itself so that we can start getting more hair growth and less hair falling out. So you'll start to notice that thinning hair, some of the balding is just really going to start to improve with all of this. So again, sometimes, this isn't just for aesthetic purposes. It can be for some of our patients that have thyroid disorders and they have no control over that. If they're having, loss or thinning of hair, sometimes even when they're on medication for it, they can definitely benefit from things like this, especially into the scalp itself.
The only part of the process I did not appreciate was when you said my blood smelled like tamale grease. That was the only part I didn't like. You're like, well, Gabe, you eat a lot of tamales, don't you? And I'm like, why? It's because your blood smells like that.
Your blood smells like tamales, and it really made me hungry, and I wish you would have brought tamales. And you didn't bring them at that time.
I like how you flip that. A lot of great stuff going on with as we continue to build the Kellum Aesthetics and Wellness brand. Thank you so very much. Folks, the location out here is 5800 Broadway Suite 105. We're partnering with the Skin Rejuvenation Clinic of the Alamo Heights area. A lot of great stuff. Krista, thank you so very much.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
All right, folks, remember, this is on your Kellum TV YouTube channel. Do me a favor, at the bottom, click subscribe, and then click the accept the notifications button there so you can get notifications of what we've got going on here at Kellum Family Medicine and Kellum Physician Partners, Kellum OBGYN of San Antonio, and Kellum Aesthetics and Wellness. Folks, have a good day.
Hello, I'm Dr. Daniel Kellum, CEO of Kellum Family Medicine in Schertz, Texas. For the last 10 years, we have been proud to serve your family practice needs in the growing Tri-County area, and I am proud to say today we are growing with you. We are about to embark on a new state-of-the-art 22,000 square foot medical office building as part of our continued commitment to this community's growing medical needs. If you would like to become a patient at Kellum Family Medicine, please visit kellumpatient.com. Thank you, and please stay healthy and safe.
All right, that's a fantastic interview from Krista Celedon, our nurse practitioner there at our new clinic, 5800 Broadway there in Alamo Heights, 78209 Suite 105. It's Kellum Aesthetics and Wellness. We are starting full go on January 4th. Look at our Facebook page. Look at all of our social media avenues for that. But Krista Celedon's going to do a fantastic job, along with your brother, who is really one of the leading forces behind that clinic there at Broadway.
No, we're very proud of Krista, and we're very excited about this new venture, and hopefully we can make some difference for you.
Yeah, I know.
This is going to be a wonderful place for us. Please come join us on Broadway. I think people will enjoy it.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap up this edition of the EasyConnectMD.com video podcast minute. Remember, $39.95, EasyConnectMD.com. It is so easy. 3 steps, you're in and out in 15 minutes, and in some cases with a prescription if it calls for it. We also have programs that we use like GoodRx and CleverRx that you can use to get a discount script as well. Well, for Dr. Danny Kellum, Dr. Kellum, enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Gabe Farias. Stay healthy, folks.
Bye now.